Now let's see that how we can express sine 196 degrees as a trigonometric function of an angle that is less than 45 degrees. Now, here's what you do. As you know that a sine function, the first rule is to draw the graph. You know that the sine function looks something like this. Here's one full cycle, and then this cycle just repeats itself on and on until infinity, right? And this is the theta axis, and this is the sine theta axis. So when theta is 180 or multiples of 180, so basically 360 and whatever 360 plus 180 is, what's that? 540, I believe, or 404. I think it's yeah, it's 540 degrees, and then at 720 degrees and multiples of pi, the value of the function reaches 0, right? So first you need to identify what value is, what multiple of 180 is closest to 196, and that's obviously 180, right? So sine 180 plus what gives you 196? 16. 180 plus 16 gives you 196. Now that you've written it in this form, you can apply the double angle formula. And the reason we took 180 is because we can now, once you apply the trigonometric formula, you know that sine A plus B is equal to sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. So A is obviously 180 and B is 16. So this becomes sine 180 cos 16 plus cos 180 sine 16. And now you can see why we use the multiples of 180 degrees, because sine 180 can be written down as 0. So 0 into cos 16 is 0. So you can cancel this out. And cos 180, well, you draw the graph of the cos function as well. Now you know the cos function starts here and then it goes like this. This is one cycle, this is two cycle, and so forth, right? And you know that at 180 degrees, which is this here, the value of the function is -1. So -1 into sine 16. And eventually that gives you negative sine 16. So you've expressed sine 196 as a trigonometric function of an angle that is less than 45, because 16 is less than 45. Now another way to just verify this is because, as you know, if you look at this sine function again, 180 plus 16 is roughly, this 196 is just roughly somewhere around here. And on the y-axis, this value is negative something, less than negative 1, obviously, because that's the maximum point over here. And that is at, I think, 270 degrees. But yeah, it's somewhere around here. Let's call this negative x, okay? And basically, sine 16 is over here, right? And that is exactly the same length as negative x from the 0th position, except it's in the positive y-axis, right? So this is x. And so when you just write down negative sine 16 or negative sine x, that gives you the same value as sine 196, right? And that's just a very simple way of verifying this. But again, you don't need to do that. You just need this for this trigonometric identity, and you can just solve this thing directly. Okay.